Therefore, behold, the days are coming, says Yahweh, that they shall no longer say, as Yahweh lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, but as Yahweh lives, who brought up and led the descendants out of the house of Israel from the north and from all the countries where I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. It says, my heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine has overcome, because of Yahweh and because of his holy words, for the land is full of adulterers. For because of a curse the land mourns. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up. Their course of life is evil, and their might is not upright. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yes, in my house I have found their wickedness, says Yahweh. Therefore their way shall be to them like slippery ways. In darkness they shall be driven on, and fall in them. For I will bring disaster on them, the year of their punishment, says Yahweh. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesy by Baal, and cause my people Israel to err. Also I have seen a horrible thing in the prophets of Jerusalem. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They also strengthen the hands of the evildoers, so that no one turns back from his wickedness. All of them are like Sodom to me, and her inhabitants like Gomorrah. Therefore thus says Yahweh of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them wormwood and make them drink water of gall. From the prophets of Jerusalem profaneness has gone out into the land. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you, that make you worthless. They speak a vision of their own heart, not from the mouth of Yahweh. They continually say to those who despise me, that Yahweh said, you shall have peace. And to everyone who walks according to the dictates of his own heart, they say, no evil shall come to you. For who has stood in the counsel of Yahweh and has perceived and heard his word? Who has marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of Yahweh has gone forth in fury, a violent whirlwind. It will fall violently on the head of the wicked. The anger of Yahweh will not turn back until he has executed and performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days, you will understand it perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, they would have turned from their evil way and from their evil doings. I am a God near at hand, says Yahweh, and not a God far off. Can anyone hide himself in secret places so I shall not see them, says Yahweh? Did I not fill heaven and earth, says Yahweh? I have heard what the prophets have said, who prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long will this be in the hearts of the prophets who prophesied lies? Indeed, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, who try to make my people forget my name by their dreams, which everyone tells his neighbor, as their fathers forget my name for Baal. The prophet who has a dream, let him tell a dream, and he who has my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, says Yahweh? Is not my word like a fire, says Yahweh, and like a hammer that breaks the rock in pieces? Call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, the great Ali Shaidat of Israel, the great I Am, the possessor of heaven and earth and of the spirits of heaven and earth. giving all respect to his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world, the one who died for Israel and rose to sit to become his Father's right arm, my Redeemer, my Comforter, and my salvation. And only when I plead his blood over Israel, the only nation, granted for salvation. Shout out to Great Millstone, the GMS, the brothers, the high apostles, and the high prophets that are up there, and that get their divine word from Yahweh through his Son, Yahweh Shai, and who work around the clock. They give us the word, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for these times that are coming, and these great times that are coming ahead. And giving respect to the Aquath, the men that labor in this truth. You follow Great Millstone even though you're not from Great Millstone, and you're on the highways and byways, and you bring the word out at home, and you do it to the best that you can, and you risk your freedom and life to do so just as well as the brothers of Great Millstone. Shalom. Shalom to the Aquath, the women that's listening, and you fear Yahweh Bashim Hawashai and his statutes and his judgments, and whether you got a man or not, you listen and you learn in silence. Coming back at you with another video through the power and the strength of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I couldn't make it to the highways and byways, so I got to go tomorrow. And this would be on the highways and byways, but you know, these jobs been taking a hell of a blow out of me, so I had to take my time and do the best that I can for the Most High. But we're going to get back on this. And this passage in the script is for false prophets and people, you know, who prophesy falsely. This one in particular was something that Martin Luther King had said. He had took it right out of the Bible, and he had made it into a speech. And we all know the speech, I have a dream, I have a dream. This is where he got it from, but it was meant to lead our people astray and to lead them into blind ways and to get them to bow down to the white man. And guess what they did to Martin Luther King? They still killed him. So at the end of the day, what he was saying was going against Yahweh's word. And it was kind of weird that he said, oh, I have a dream, I have a dream. And come to find out he's a false prophet that the Most High is talking about in this particular verse, which is in Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 23. If you read it, 21 all the way to 29. And it's just weird, you know, that why would you say something like that, even when the Lord tells you that they dream and prophesy lies? So they don't know, you know what I'm saying, the ways of the Lord. No, they don't. And, you know, clearly what was going on, whatever was going on with Martin Luther King, it was kind of weird, you know. And with our people back then, it was so desperate to be equalized with white men. They were so desperate to fight for rights and civil rights and all of that, that they didn't even turn to their God and not ask him for it, which was a part of prophecy because it wasn't time. But at the same time, you got prophets that are making up things and lying about certain things that ain't gonna happen, and that's not true, okay? And if you listen to Great Millstone, they're gonna tell you what's gonna happen, and they're gonna tell you what's real. Some of them getting paid, so they do that shit on purpose, you know, which is way wrong, you know. If you're not an ordained prophet like Great Millstone, you shouldn't be getting no money out of this at all. That's how I feel about it. So we can continue. It says, therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, says Yahweh, who steal my words, everyone from his neighbor. Behold, I am against the prophets, says Yahweh, who use their tongues and says, he says, behold, I am against these who prophesy false dreams, says the Lord. So right now, the prophets are getting that. Great Millstone is busy kicking the crap out of these other prophets like ICYC, in Christ we love, or something like that. That's how much I don't care about the other, you know, these false prophets, because you got two different types. Well, you got three different types, even though, well, actually, you got two different types of street prophets. That's what we can put them in a category, because we all know that the false, he's even getting at the false prophets that are in the churches, you know what I'm saying? But we also talking about the false prophets that the high priest of Tahar and his bunch of high prophets, and they're the ordained prophets, GMS, they're fighting against, like ICUIC and HOI, um, Sakari, these different types of ethnic groups that are saying otherwise, and they getting paid to say otherwise, and getting paid to lie, and getting paid to go against Great Millstone, the only church that's actually telling the truth and pushing the word with all they can, with all they force, and working around the clock, working on different parts of the hour every day to give us the word. So that's what's going on right now. And stupid people like Vocab Malone and different other wicked Edomites that are going against Great Millstone, and those of us that believe what Great Millstone had told us, which they are the prophets. So we believe and we follow them, and we worship Yahweh. We worship Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. And they go against that fact, knowing that they're true, they're right. They lie about the Mark of the Beast story, about how it's not the computer chip, it's a spiritual mark. They even changed the names of the Most High, knowing that in Paleo Hebrew, when you read the Paleo Hebrew, it'll tell you the true name of the Lord, Yahweh, and then Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the name Yahweh Shai. And they will tell you that his name is otherwise when you clearly read in the Paleo Hebrew, and if you read it, you can spell his name out on your own. And they'll tell you that that's not the name. They'll tell you right to your face because they're getting paid to do it. Now, these are people that really need their ass whooped. What's worse than a non-believer? A person that know the truth but don't teach it. That's worse. It says, behold, I am against the prophets, says Yahweh, who use their tongues, and he says, behold, I'm against those who prophesy false dreams, says Yahweh, and tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and their recklessness. Yet I did not send them or command them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, says Yahweh. So if the people are listening to these false prophets, the same is going to go to them too. So when the end of days come and they amplify, God is going to destroy these false prophets and the people that were stupid enough to follow and to believe. So if you believe in Christianity, that's going to be your undoing. If you follow in these wicked camps, you know what I'm saying, wicked street prophets, that's going to be to your undoing. So when these people or the prophet or priest ask you, saying, what is the oracle of Yahweh? You shall then say to him, what oracle? I will even forsake you, says Yahweh, meaning that he not going to help them when they call out. Some of them that know his name, they going to scream out, Yahweh, help me, forgive me. And the Lord is not going to save these evil people because they were wicked and they dissed the Lord and they went against the Lord. Some of them was wicked and did it out of wickedness. Some of them did it because they wanted to get paid, man. And that's the truth. Majority of them want to get paid and they want to have a celebrity-like life, when being a prophet isn't about being a celebrity. Being a prophet is about saving your people and telling your people what's going on, to tell them things before it happens. So, and they were sent by Yahweh to do a job, not to be famous. Of course, on the upside of things for the prophets, the more the prophecies come to light, the more Yahweh is magnifying he's being magnified, and he's magnifying his son. His son is magnifying his prophets and his children, the ones that do believe. They're the ones that's going to have what they would call the mark, the hopeful elect among us. Hopefully I'm one of them who got the mark on their forehead with that sacred knowledge. And what he say? So when these people or the prophet or priest ask you, saying, what is the oracle of Yahweh? You shall say to them, what oracle? I will even forsaken you, says Yahweh. Meaning that they're not going to get no help from the Lord. A lot of us going to tell them, why should I talk to you? You didn't listen to me before when I was on the highways and byways. You laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? You made fun of us. You talked about us. You wanted to fight us. And now these same people that wanted to confront us and go against us, when the world and when the world crumble and America is over with, they're going to come to you for help. And guess what the prophet's gonna do? They're not gonna help them. They're gonna tell you to go and worship your gods, go and worship your cigarettes. You can keep laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. Go out there and go do whatever the fuck you want, because you didn't listen to the prophets. You didn't listen to those that follow the prophets, Great Millstone, and those that follow and do the work too. And you just didn't care. So when God comfort them and they know God is going to come upon them, they're going to try to look to be saved, look to be blessed, look to hurry up and get a baptism, try to connect, hurry up and get it. What I got to do to connect and get a relationship with the Lord? Just tell me what I need to do. I'll do it. It's no problem with me. And then, I'm just giving an example, and if they were to get this such thing, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, God, oh, Yahweh, I've been waiting to talk to you, and I'm sorry, and just please save me and my family, Lord, and I won't do none of these bad things again, Lord, I promise you I won't. And then they pray for just that, and that's it. They try to take what they want out of the hands of Yahweh. Now it's coming to a time to where God is going to take what he wants from them, and that's their life, and it's not even theirs, So it's like, they ain't, and these times it's gonna be too late. But you see how quick people are gonna be to ask and demand from Yahweh. You're gonna be demand to be saved. You're gonna ask to be spared. You're gonna ask for mercy at the last minute, where you had all the time in the world to take your time, come out this Bible, go out the highways and byways, read the Bible, study the Bible, have understanding, listen to the teachers. When Yahweh was speaking, you wouldn't allow him to speak. You walked away. You went to work. Or you want to go out and go and date. You know what I'm saying? And go have fun and go make money. Or you just want to do drugs. Or you just want to be against it. So you did what you wanted to do. So God said, I'm just going to do what I want to do to you. So it says, thus every one of you shall say to his neighbor and every one to his brother, what has Yahweh answered? And what has Yahweh spoken? And the oracle of Yahweh you shall mention no more. For every man's word will be his oracle. Right. What you believe in is what you believe in, I guess. And the prophets, most of them, they going to be so mad, they ain't going to tell you shit. And then a lot of prophets are going to tell you. And they're going to be like, get your ass on, man. You didn't care about none of this now. Why should you care now, huh? Why should you care now? You didn't give a fuck then. So when they wait till the chaos happens to do something. That's our people for you. They wait till the last minute to act. They wait till the last minute to change. They want to see proof when they had the proof all along. They had the proof all along. But they waited to see physical proof. They didn't believe in spiritual proof, which makes them idiots. So it says, for you have perverted the words of the living God, Yahweh. It says, Yahweh of hosts, our God, your own God. You pushed them away. It says, thus you shall say to the prophet, what has Yahweh answered you? And what has Yahweh spoken? But since you say the oracle of the Lord, therefore thus says Yahweh, because you say this word, the oracle of Yahweh, and I have not sent, and I have sent you, saying, do not say the oracle of Yahweh. Therefore, behold, I will utterly forget and forsake you in the city that I gave you and your fathers, and will cast you out of my presence. It says, and I will bring you an everlasting reproach upon you, and a perpetual shame which shall not be forgotten. So we can go to another chapter, but that's a good chapter for the false prophets, because it's leading into something else. And we all know that the white man is pushing the narrative to be against the Lord. So anybody that's following the Lord is an automatic enemy to Esau, Edom, and to the narrative, because we know these wicked Israelites are getting paid by the white man to portray the Lord. It says, Jeremiah chapter Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 27. It says, "Therefore, thus says Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts, God of Israel, be drunk and vomit, fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I have sent, which I will send among you. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup from your hand to drink, then you shall say to them, Thus says Yahweh of hosts, you shall certainly drink. For behold, I begin to bring calamity on the city which is called by my name, and you should be utterly unpunished. You shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword on all the inhabitants of the earth, says Yahweh of hosts. Therefore prophesied against them all these words, and say to them," which is the white man. He thought that, oh, because I'm punishing my people, that means these white people gonna get away. They're gonna get 10 times worse. Yahweh will roar from on high and utter his voice from his holy mountain, his holy habitation. He will roar mightily against his fold. He will give a shout as those who tread the grapes. Against all the inhabitants of the earth, a noise will come to the ends of the earth, for Yahweh has a controversy with the nations. He will plead his cause with all flesh. He will give those who are wicked to the sword, says Yahweh. That's that nuclear bombs and drop down and kill everybody, except for the elect. It says, Thus says Yahweh of hosts, Behold, disaster shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the farthest parts of the earth. That's the nuclear event, the great whirlwind. And then at that day, the slain of Yahweh shall be from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented or gathered or buried. They shall become refuse on the ground. Exactly. There's going to be so many dead bodies on the great and terrible day. It's going to be a sea of the dead. That's exactly what it's going to be. And guess what's the white man's job? Since he had his partner, he gonna have to clean all that shit up. You're gonna have to clean up the nuclear waste. You're gonna have to clean up these houses, tear down the old houses. You have to find all your old weapons, give them to the 144,000 so they can destroy them. You know, this is all the first parts of their slavery. You have to pick up the radiated dead bodies. We don't care if you get sick. You have to store them into proper graves, and you're gonna be working, man, for 1,000 years. That's the white man's slavery. He got to clean everything that's gonna be destroyed. He gonna have to clean all that shit up, man, and that's exactly what he don't want to happen. He wants to take over and have his new world order, and then have certain people slave and do what they gotta do, and just by them being alive and allowing them to live, they all right. No, that's not how it's gonna go. That's not how the story gonna go. They're going into slavery, the white people, and they gonna clean up all the mess that they made, because they made that mess. They the ones that pressed the nuclear button and had the little rockets shooting off to the ends of the earth. It's a part of Yahweh's grand design, but you the one that did that. You the one that made them nuclear bombs, and you gonna have to clean all that. That's a lot of mess. That's a lot of mess. The world is the world. It's not just a room to where you can just clean up. No, the hell it ain't. The world it's a big ass planet, man. You gonna spend days cleaning this shit up. For real. All them dead bodies, man. The people just be thinking that the Bible is just stories, man. They just legends. No, they're real, man. They call it prophecies. They're not legends. They're not stories, okay? It says, wail, shepherds, and cry. Roll about in the ashes, you leaders of the flock. Because when they find out that they're not right, and then the ones that are lying get caught, they're going to be flipping out and freaking out because they know that God is coming to kill them. So they're gonna be sad. They're going to be mad. And some of them going to be scared, man. And a lot of them going to go crazy and stay in doubt, because they refuse to see what's going on before their own eyes. Because it can be in your face and you still can't see it, For the days of your slaughter and your dispersions are fulfilled. You shall fall like a precious vessel, and the shepherds will have no way to flee, nor the leaders of the flock escape. Amen. You're going to try to run and you ain't got nowhere to run. A voice of the cry of the shepherds. That's for them fake leaders, man. Our fake leaders, the rappers, the pastors, these wicked street prophets, these women models, you know, that a lot of girls look up to, and they gonna be texting them and all that, and oh, oh, Rihanna, how am I supposed to survive the nuclear day? I don't know, girl, I'm out of here. Shit, you on your own. I just got paid to entertain. I'm an entertainer. And that's exactly, but I look up to you, you know? And some people are not realizing that they don't fashion themselves to be false gods in front of the eyes of the people. Hey, Drake, man, it's going down, man. You got any words? You got anything that we got to say? You know? You got anything you could say to help us during our times of hour? Could you help us? You're not going to see that nigga. And they going to fly off to another nation, and he going to go into his new bunker with a couple of bitches, and he going to hide it out. There's gonna be a lot of artists and a lot of celebrities that do this wickedness. Oh, Creflo Dollar. Oh Lord, Creflo Dollar. Could you help us? Could you come down and pray for my family? They just got shot up. Nah, Creflo Dollar up out of there, man. He over there drinking with the white niggas hiding in the bunkers with them. You know, so I'm just giving you a perspective of the things that you thought and the people that you thought were leaders weren't shit, you know? They ain't nothing, they ain't nobody. They mad because the money gone. So when the money gone, they gone. When America crashed, that was their job. And they real job was to distract you from watching all the things that are going on now. So, you know, you played dumb and you wanted to listen to rap videos and NBA Youngboy and different artists and different celebrities attacking each other and all these movies and all these video games and going to work and going to school and just being blind. That's what it is. You never took the time out. You know how many people got Bibles in their homes and literally walk past them? I've seen it. I can blow dust off the Bible, my nigga, and somebody home. And I can tell that they have not read it. I was at my granny house, and my granny talking about the Lord got this and the Lord got that. I looked at her Bible. Her Bible was stuck on Psalms. I think it was on one of the chapters of Psalms, and it was dust all over it. It wasn't even read. It ain't been read in years. I had back and forth, and I had my own Bible. I had a red Gideon Bible, you know. But still, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was, man. Niggas be talking all that talk and don't even be about it. But your leader's gonna lead you into a ditch. Y'all gonna die. Your leader's gonna die. You gonna kill them, and y'all still gonna be lost. You gonna find the prophets. They're gonna tell you that God rejected you, and to get away from them and to go back and to do what you do, and you gonna flip out and get mad and gonna come back to try and kill them because you didn't get no blessing. You want a blessing to be pardoned from your destruction? No, you're not. Like John said, you wicked Pharisees, why would you flee from the wrath to come? Exactly. You ain't going. You ain't getting away from the bad shit that you've done. That's what a lot of our people want to do. Get away from the bad shit. You know what I'm saying? All the bad stuff that they've done. And it's going to come upon them, each and every one of them, because there's a lot of people that don't believe in God. Our people, you know, we can care less about the white people. That's not their God. Why do you think they pushed your God and they tried to steal your God and change them and all that? Because they wanted to be like us. They wanted to be the sons of the living power. They wanted Yahweh to be their religion, and it wasn't. You know, they knew that it wasn't their religion. They didn't even want to say the name Yahweh because it wasn't even their God. They would give you back your power a lot quicker if they were saying that during slave trade, but they never did. They changed his name. They changed the narrative. They fashioned a fake God out of the real one because they knew they can never have your God. Okay? So it says, because Yahweh is awesome. Our God is awesome. So for you not to turn back and go to God and put that work in now, you're a fool because he going to come get you later. I don't want to be the one that the Lord come get because I didn't try. I didn't go out there and go do the work. I didn't stand my ground and fight, you know. You got to consider, man, because your life ain't your life. This world ain't your world. Yeah, you got a house and all that, but did you consider outside, the stars, the ground, the earth? You don't consider none of that shit, which is why a lot of our people are going to die. So it says, a voice of the cry of the shepherds and the wailing of the leaders to the flock will be heard. For Yahweh has plundered their pasture. So the same people that they lied to, guess what? People gonna come looking for them celebrities. People gonna come looking for them wicked pastors. People gonna come looking for them blind ass leaders and gonna come kill them when they figure out what they've done. Okay? You think these people gonna actually get away? No, God is gonna get them. It says, and the peaceful dwellings are cut down because of the fierce anger of Yahweh. He has left his lair like the lion, for their land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor, and because of his fierce anger. Exactly. It says, in the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, the king of Judah, the word of Yahweh came, the word of Yahweh, no, this word came from Yahweh, saying, thus says Yahweh, stand in the court of Yahweh's house and speak to all the cities of Judah, which come to worship in Yahweh's house, all the words that I command you to speak to them. It says, do not diminish a word. Perhaps everyone will listen and turn away from his evil way. You see that? That I may relent concerning the calamity which I propose to bring on them because of their evil doings. See that? If they would turn from their evil way, God wouldn't destroy them. If the Edomites would go back to being slaves, and our people would turn back from the evil way and seek Yahweh once more, Yahweh gonna put them on top. If the Edomites were willing, they would go back to the bottomless pit and go back to where they belong. You know what I'm saying? The creeks and the cracks of the underground. You know, go back to being servants and all that to the children of Israel. Then Yahweh wouldn't destroy the world in this manner. But he knew that our people wouldn't turn away. And he knew that the white man wouldn't give up. He knew. So it says, I propose to bring on them because of their evil doings. And you shall say to them, thus says Yahweh, if you will not listen to me, to walk in my law, which I have set before you, to heed the words of my servants, the prophets. Exactly. You don't listen to GMS. You don't want to. You know, and them the men that's working around the clock to let you know the closer these events come, like the food starvation, the great collapse, the EMPs, the race wars, all this massive death. The closer these things get, the faster they work around the clock. They go harder and harder. And we follow, you know. It says, whom I sent to you, both rising up and sending early. Yep, they rising up early and sending them, but you have not heeded, meaning that the prophet's been around for like, during our modern time, for like 40 to 50 years. So you had all that time to get the word and just kept walking past them, kept walking past them. That's what's going to get you killed. Then I will make this house like Shiloh and will make this city a curse to all the nations of the earth. So the priests and the prophets and all the people heard Jeremiah speaking these words in the house of Yahweh. Now it happened when Jeremiah had made an end of speaking all that Yahweh had commanded him to speak to all the people, that the priests and the prophets and all the people seized him, saying, you will surely die. Meaning that these people want to kill the prophets and those of us that follow them on the low. Maybe if they kill us, that will stop Yahweh's coming. And it's only going to make it worse. It says, why have you prophesied in the name of Yahweh, saying, this house shall be like Shiloh, and this city shall be desolate without an inhabitant, and all the people, because back then it's now. They want to beat up the prophets and kill them. Hopefully that'll stop the coming of the Lord. And when God come and kill them, you gonna say, you gonna tell God, well, I thought that man was a lie. I thought he was preaching a lie, so we killed him. And God is gonna mangle your ass, man. You ain't supposed to be putting your hands on his prophets. It says, were gathered against Jeremiah in the house of Yahweh. When the princes of Judah heard these things, they came up from the king's house to the house of Yahweh, and sat in the entry of the new gate of Yahweh's house. And the priests and the prophets spoke to the prince and all the people, saying, this man deserves to die, because we're going to be tried. Those of us that prophesy, we're going to be tried, and a lot of people are going to come and try and kill us. because they don't want their little world to end. They're afraid of the end of America. They scared. They like their life. They got kids. They got a life. They got a family. They got jobs. Why would you say something like that after I went so hard to create all this and you saying that God gonna take it away? Well, that's the God that you worship. That's not the God that I believe in. But little do they know that you made your own God, and we stuck behind Yahweh the whole time. And Yahweh was right. Don't have connections to this world when it's about to pass away. Try to live life as easy as you can. You know, you see a lot of people going and diving into this white man's world and getting a little too comfortable. Well, our people are about to get to know the definition of war, okay? The definition of the end, the definition of death. They gonna get to understand that they haven't experienced these kind of events in a long time. So when it hit them, they don't know what to do because it hasn't happened in their lifetime. The wars and the destruction and Yahweh, you know what I'm saying, casting great judgments. They haven't seen it in a long time. They seen it in their past life, but like God said, there's no remembrance of the past. So when you're born, you forget everything that happened in your past life when you reincarnated. The third and fourth generation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our people, and then our people don't study. They don't have that the Lord didn't put that kind of spirit on them to remember, to study, you know what I'm saying, to read the Bible, to know the Lord's true name. A lot of our people don't have that spirit on them to do so. So, they're gonna go against the prophets and they're gonna try to kill us because we defend Yahweh, and they don't. And they got that wickedness on them. It says, "For he has prophesied against this city, as you have heard with your ears." Then Jeremiah spoke to all the princes of and all the people, everybody that was famous, everybody that was making money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody with families, everybody that was high paying, even the poor. You know what I'm saying? Middle class, they all heard the words what Jeremiah spoke. These are the children of Israel too. Peep that. Jeremiah is an Israelite, and he trying to preach to his people about salvation and preach to these people to repent and turn from their ways, and God wouldn't destroy the city, and they still wouldn't listen. Our people are the worst people to talk to when it comes to the Bible, especially if they're not spiritually sensitive, or spiritually open. They don't have that ear. They don't want to give it a chance. You got some people that God come to because he knows that they're gonna give it a chance. Okay, let me read up, let me see what's going on with this brother. Some of us fall out. That's because some of us didn't have that spirit to believe. God didn't put it in our spirit to truly believe. So they'll fall out and they'll never ever come back to the word. But you got those of us that give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? And we get into it and we like it and we stick with it. That's exactly what God wants. And God gives these people a chance at a chance to come and repent because God is very kind. Yahweh is not mean. Yahweh ain't evil. He does things because he has to. And he's doing what he got to do now. You know what I'm saying? Now the time is coming to where it's about to happen again, to where he about to save Israel. He doing what he got to do, man. And it's not evil. And if you read the Bible, Yahweh is awesome God to us Israelites. He awesome, he's good, he's merciful, he's loving, he's kind. He's being brought to that. You don't think the Lord can get evil? You don't think God can take away what he's given you? You're retarded as hell. You're retarded. Well, you can keep believing in that all living God, because whatever going in your head is not applying to the world that you live in. That's not so. So you can keep thinking it, but it's not. Yahweh is not like that. He can get angry, okay? Real angry. And we know that kind of anger. That's why we fear him, okay? He is meant to be feared. He deserves to be feared. Because Yahweh, when he get angry, man, you just don't understand until a lot of these wicked brothers and sisters of ours, they gotta see it, man, to believe it. And you don't. Trying to tell you, you don't want to be here during a nuclear day. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be caught in waves and waves of death. You don't want to die in some sort of race war. You don't want to get raped and robbed and murdered. You don't want to see your kids get cut off. Well, you better get to Yahweh now before the time run out, because time is getting close. It's getting closer and closer and closer. And those of us that know the word, those of us that know Yahweh, we know the times are nearer than what we expect. And we getting spiritually prepared to the best that we can to get ready for these great tribulations, because it ain't gonna be no joke. It's not. But you people don't listen. It says, then Jeremiah spoke to all the princes and all the people, saying, Yahweh has sent me to prophesy against this house and against this city with all the words that you have heard. Yeah, you heard it. Yeah, I said it. And God sent me to tell you. I don't care how you feel about it. This is what the Lord feel. This is what he say. Now, therefore, amend your ways and your doings, and obey the voice of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, your God, your Lord. Then Yahweh will relent concerning the doom that he has pronounced against you. Man, because when God give that warning, if you don't obey that warning, God gonna come and destroy you. That's how he roll. It says, as for me, here I am in your hand. Do with me as it seems good and proper to you. But know for certain that if you put me to death, you will surely bring innocent blood on yourselves, on this city, and on its inhabitants. For truly Yahweh has sent me to speak all these words in your hearing. See that? See, if you kill me, God gonna come and roll on you. It says, so the princes and all the people and the prophets, no, and all the people and the priests and the prophets, them fake ass prophets, when Jeremiah came to the scene, they was fake. The priests was fake. The prophets was fake. It says, this man does not deserve to die, for he has spoken to us in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, our God. Then certain of the elders of the land rose up and spoke to all the assembly of the people and said, Micah of Morseth prophesied in the days of Hezekiah, king of Judah, and to all the people. So when I said that, I'm speaking to the present time that we live in. But back in the past, this is what happened. It says, and prophesied in the days of Hezekiah, king of Judah, and spoke to all the people of Judah, saying, thus says Yahweh, Zion shall be plowed like a field, Jerusalem shall become heaps of ruins. It says, and the mountain of the temple, like the bare hills of the forest. It says, did Hezekiah, king of Judah, and all Judah ever put him to death? Did he not fear Yahweh and seek Yahweh's favor? And Yahweh relented concerning the doom which he had pronounced against them. But we are doing great evil against ourselves. See, that's what our people don't know today, that you bring in your own destruction. Yahweh ain't did nothing. He ain't provoked you. He's been generous. He's given you things and you ain't even know who he was. He took care of you. He gave you a family. He gave you a good job. He gave you cars. He gave you money. He let you live. He let you expand in your little business. He made some of us famous, and we didn't turn back. It says, now there was also a man who prophesied in the name of Yahweh, Urijah, the son of Shemaiah, and Kirjath, Jeram, who prophesied against this city and against this land according to all the words of Jeremiah. And when Jehoiakim the king with all his mighty men and all the princes heard his words, the king sought to put him to death. But when Urijah heard it, he was afraid and fled and went to Egypt. He said, oh, hell no, this city is done for. I'm out of here. Then Jehoiakim the king sent men to Egypt, Elnathan, the son of Akbar, and other men who went with him to Egypt. And they brought Urijah from Egypt and from Egypt and brought him to Jehoiakim king, who killed him with the sword and cast his dead body into the graves of the common people. Nevertheless, the hand of Ahakim, the son of Shaphan, with Jeremiah, so that they should not give him into the hand of the people to put him to death. See that? They kill prophets, man. Our own people would kill prophets. That's what will happen to us. But we stand our ground because we know that the hand of Yahweh is going to cover and protect us. But that's what our people do. They kill prophets. They would rather hear false lies and false divination than Hear the prophets, tell them what Yahweh has to tell them, you know, and do their job and, you know, caring for the people, you know. Sometimes you can't care for people. Sometimes it requires force. Some people understand caring by you whooping their ass, you know. People are weird. Our people are wicked. They're weird, you know. But with that, I'm going to close out. Calling Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. And giving respect to his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world. Oh, my beard. My Redeemer, my Comforter, the one who died for Israel and rose to sit to become his father's royal right arm. Salakia, my Redeemer, my Comforter, and my salvation. And only when I plead his blood over Israel, the only nation granted for salvation, and give respect to great millstone. And shout out to the Akim and Akwaf that's in the truth, learning, and women listening in silence, and brothers going to the highways and byways and doing their thing and recording at home. Shalom to y'all, and it's on to the next video. Happy Shabbat, Lord, and good night, Israel.